Yo, what's up guys? You're back with your man TechNick, your go-to guy for videos on the latest tech. Wait. Now, I've got a lot of different mixed feelings about my introduction here. Many of you guys have been giving me the thumbs up, but there are a few of you guys that have been giving me a thumbs down. So yay or nay on the introduction. I want to make my channel as awesome for you guys as possible. Nevertheless, we do have the latest tech here with you today. We have the ZTE Axon 10 Pro. Now, I cannot tell you guys how damn excited I am for this phone, and I have been putting up tons of posts leading up to this video right here tonight. I told you guys I would have it in my hands by the end of the day today, and here it is. This is indeed the 6 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of RAM variant, and the reason I got the 6 gig of RAM variant is because this is the cheapest of the bunch and only $460, and this actually might be coming to the US. It actually just had a global launch in Europe, I think it was a day or two ago, and it is now in China officially today. And it is really exciting since there is a 5G variant as well, but that will only be coming in June. But I have the 4G variant here with me. It only comes in one color, which is blue. Now, the awesome thing about this phone is that it is amazing, guys, and it really has been getting muddled up in the flood with the OnePlus 7 and OnePlus 7 Pro being released, and this is a serious beauty for the price that you are paying for. You're getting an IP68 certification, microSD card support, an OLED display with curved sides, a teardrop notch design. You also have that wonderful 48 megapixel Sony IMX586 sensor, the same on the OnePlus 7 Pro, and it is a lot cheaper than that, guys. Most of all, Snapdragon 855 processing chip with a 4000 mAh battery, wireless charging, and fast wired charging. Guys, I'm really excited to give this a run for its money. Let's get this guy unboxed. Without further ado, let's go. And here is the phone itself. Wow, it's really actually tight in here. I've never experienced that before, but we're gonna go ahead and pop it to the side over there. Just give you a little bit of a tease at the back there. Indeed, we do have a cover over here, guys. Here it is indeed, and it looks like it's just a plain jelly silicone case. I do prefer the hardcover cases, though it's not too bad. I mean, I'll definitely be using it on day one until I can get my hands on a hard casing over there, but I'll fit it on for you guys in just a moment so you can actually see what it's all about. The USB Type-C cord over here, which is really great to see, guys. I'm glad that they have stuck with Type-C, though this is only transfer speeds of USB 2.0, so it's not going to be the fastest, but that is pretty much the case with all Chinese retailed phones. Type-C to 3.5mm headphone jack, officially confirming there is no headphone jack in this phone, so that is a slight disappointment. So we do indeed have 15-watt wide charging or 18-watt wide charging. I have heard reports that it does indeed support 18-watt wide charging, so it is not the fastest, but I mean, it should do the job relatively well. It does have a 4000 mAh battery in the device itself, which is not the biggest out there, so this battery charger shouldn't do too bad with regards to the charging speed times, but I'll definitely be ready to drop a video out on the charging speed test of this phone. Pop a comment down below if you guys would like to see that. Wow, that is seriously glossy. I'm really digging that, guys. That is really cool. That's a nice finish. That is seriously premium. I cannot tell you guys how premium that actually looks in person. We have the triple cameras at the back over here as well, which is great. And then we have this, oh, it actually feels so solid, guys. I actually have my P30 Pro here. Guys, I mean, tell me, does this not look pretty similar? I mean, where do they get their ideas from? Nevertheless, this phone cost half the price as this one, so I'm really interested to test it out and give you guys my full thoughts on this phone once I get a full review out. But for now, let's actually take a look at the phone itself inside this snazzy little cover over here. So popping it on its cover, it's not a bad cover. I'll definitely be using it in day one, but those curves definitely hit the edges over here. Guys, a $460 phone with a curved 6.47-inch OLED panel is seriously impressive. I don't think I have seen such a cheap phone with a curved panel. Nevertheless, a P30 Pro lookalike and a OnePlus 7 Pro alleged killer. So let's go ahead and power it on, and while I power it on, I'm going to be showing you guys around the device. There we go, ZTE powered by Android. So at the back here we have these 3 lenses over here. The main one is a Sony IMX 586 sensor, which is indeed the 48 megapixel cam that we actually have, which binds down to 12 that you actually see on the OnePlus 7 Pro and many other phones such as the View 20 and the Xiaomi Mi 9 as well. And it does take some really awesome pictures. But I'm actually going to Australia soon, so I'm going to be giving this guy a serious camera review test while I go on my trip. So stay tuned for that one, guys. And we also have this 20 megapixel ultra wide sensor, which is really great for those zoomed out shots. And then last but not least, we have that 8 megapixel telephoto lens, which is great for those zoomed in shots. Now that actually gives you 3 times optical zoom and 5 times hybrid zoom. So it is not part of the top dogs out there, such as the P30 Pro and the Oppo Reno 10X edition. But other than those two phones, it's pretty much on par with everything else at double the price point. So these 3 cameras look really great, and I'm really excited to test them out on my trip real soon. So taking a look around the rest of the phone over here, we have a very thin bezel over here wrapping around the phone of the frame. We have a power button over here which is not textured, and then we have the volume rocker over here which is not split, but that's pretty much the case with most phones these days. At the top over here, it's all clean. We just have some antenna lines, and then going on to the left of the phone, more antenna lines, and I cannot actually see a SIM tray yet. That is because it is indeed at the bottom over here. Here's the Type-C ports, and then we have a single downward firing speaker, which I believe is actually paired with this ginormous speaker over here. I'm not sure if you guys can see it, and it does indeed have DTS:X Dolby Atmos sound coming through here, and I'll be bringing you guys a sound test between this and all the other phones on my channel currently. So we have the branding over here, and we have this is glass as well. Remember, we have that wireless charging, which is really epic. I'm not sure on what the charging speed will be on wireless charging, but I'm assuming it will use 15-watt wireless charging, which is great because OnePlus doesn't actually have that. We don't have the headphone jack, but the OnePlus doesn't have that either, and many phones these days don't have that either. But we do have these great cameras on the back. We have the 4000 milliampere battery inside the phone itself, as well as that wonderful Snapdragon 855 chipset. So let's go ahead and jump into this wonderful OLED panel. Okay, so guys, we're going to go ahead and enroll the under display fingerprint sensor over here. This is only ZTE's second iteration of it, but nevertheless, I'm really excited to give it a run for its money against other in-display fingerprint sensors that we have over here for such a darn cheap phone, which honestly checks all of the right boxes. And waterproofing for this, guys, it's absolutely impressive for a phone of this price point to literally include absolutely every point of the Huawei P30 Pro, which sells double the cost, and the OnePlus 7 Pro, which is definitely more expensive than this phone for sure. And for this price point, guys, I don't think you're gonna get a much better device than the ZTE Axon 10 Pro. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and add our face data. And 3, 2, 1. There we go. Okay, all set up, done, get started. Okay, now this is indeed my flavor OS over here, skinned on top of Android 9.0 Pie, and it is supposed to be as stock as it gets, guys. I'm not sure this is indeed the Chinese variant, but I must say, out of all Chinese phones I have seen, guys, I have never ever seen such little bloatware on this phone, and the screen is absolutely gorgeous, guys. Look at the screen, it is insane. Okay, let me just pull this up and show you guys. I mean, obviously we have a different wallpaper over here, but let's just throw the brightness up on my P30 Pro all the way to the max as well and show you guys those colors. Guys, I'm seriously impressed with a phone that's half the price of this. It's doing a great job. Now let's go ahead and test out a couple things on the phone itself for this initial unboxing and review. Let's go and jump into that fingerprint sensor. It looks a hell of a lot like the P30 Pro fingerprint sensor, and it did a surprisingly quick job over there, guys. I'm really impressed with the fingerprint sensor. I'm really digging how quick it is, and even though it's a second iteration of it, it actually seems pretty consistent as well. Okay, let's go ahead and test out that facial recognition real quick. 3, 2, 1. And we're in, guys. There's absolutely, I'm busy speaking right now, there's absolutely no animation whatsoever. This is blitz fast, guys. I cannot tell you how darn quick this is. It's insane. Let's pull out the P30 Pro real quick. They both have my face enrolled, and this is really fast on the P30 Pro. So let's go ahead and do that. 3, 2, 1. I don't know what's quick over there. You guys tell me. But for a phone of half the price, and the animations are indeed on the Axon 10 Pro here, and they are all off on the P30 Pro, and it is doing a surprisingly fast job over there. Now, quickly jumping into the camera over here, guys, I just want to see a couple of their modes just to let you guys know what they indeed have. I'm going to pull my trusty little hat back down here and just allow some permission. The user interface looks really neat and really clean, guys. I can't tell you how clean this looks. So focusing on a point over here, it's actually taking, let's see here, there we go. Let's have a look at this. Okay. Take a look at that detail, guys. That is incredible detail, and have a look at that screen. We're gonna have to figure out what's happening with that notch over there. Obviously, we're gonna have to let the app allow for it. But there we go. Look at that, guys. Look at that screen. Okay, so let's go back into camera. Let's go wide. There we go, guys. That's pretty great if you ask me. Guys, I cannot tell you how premium this phone actually feels right now, and I think that it is at the moment getting lost in the dust with all the hype with the OnePlus 7 Pro. And it feels so darn great, guys. I can't tell you. I don't remember. Did you guys see that notification light? Is that a notification? I'll get to that in the full review. There's so much to cover with this phone, guys. Let me know what you think. So there you guys have it, the Axon 10 Pro. Now I know ZTE have had issues with the states last year, but as far as I know, it's been resolved, and this could be coming to your state really soon. This is a seriously great valued purchase over here, guys. We have all the top specs from the Snapdragon 855 chipset, from 6 to 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs to 256 gigs of storage. You can also pop in an SD card, if I did not mention that as well, all the way up to a terabyte SD card support, which is really great to see. We have an IP68 certification waterproofing over here. We have a curved OLED 6.47-inch display with a teardrop notch style that looks almost identical to the P30 Pro. We have incredibly fast in-display fingerprint sensor speeds, as well as facial recognition speeds, which is some of the fastest that I've ever seen. This is a seriously premium design, guys, and this phone looks absolutely amazing. If you slapped a Huawei logo on the back of this, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Honestly, 460 bucks, this is an absolute steal. And for any of you smartphone lovers out there that don't have as much cash as you would like to drop on a phone, this might be the absolute perfect phone for you. Please stay tuned for more videos on this phone, and next week I will indeed be bringing a battery drain test on this, which will be really interesting to see how this 4000 milliampere battery jumps onto that, as well as a charging test. I'll be doing some speed tests on it as well, and definitely bringing you guys that wonderful camera test when I go on my Aussie trip. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did making it, and until next time, guys, this is TechNick.